Hey guys!
Magnus here, bringing you another video. Today we're going to be doing my top 10 buildings they need to add to Tapped Out, updated for the year of 2020. So the last time I did this update was in 2017, and then I did obviously the very first time I did this video was, I think, 4 years ago, so 2016 I think it was. It might have been 2015, let me just double check. No, it's 2015, the very first time I did this video. And so I've updated it for 2017, of course. So, and then now, it's 2020. So, this is a new list for the buildings that I want in Tapped Out. So, obviously, this is just top 10. There is obviously plenty of buildings that I want to be added to the game, but for the purpose of this video, we're just going to be going through 10. So, honestly, the list hasn't changed so much from 2017. Obviously, in 2017, my number one spot was the Jazz Hole, which has obviously already been added. And then before that, it was... number two on that list in 2017 was the Hydraulic Dam, which we've obviously got as well. And number three is still on this list. Number 4 was something else that's still on this list. Number 5 is still on this list. Number 6 was the Box Factory. Obviously, that was added. Number 7 was still on the list. Number 8 is still on this list. And then number 9 was Praiseland. Obviously, most of the Praiseland stuff has been added, so I've taken that off this list. And number 10 is still on this list. So the list hasn't changed that much. There's a few, obviously, the number 1 and 2 spots have changed, which is kind of the biggest thing. But apart from that, everything is practically the same. But I thought we'd go through the list anyway and look at my new entries. So let's get into it with number 10. Number 10 is the Nuclear Power Plant Executives Building. Now, the main reason why I want this in the game is not exactly a building that's appeared loads and loads and loads of times, but the main reason why I want this building is because I think it's perfect to add Charlie, or you could add Barry McElberry with this, or you could add pretty much any plant worker with this building. I know there is a guy who's in the building in the episode that it appears, but honestly, I'd be fine with them adding just another kind of regular power plant worker with this building instead. I just think that it's a cool looking building. It's big as hell, and obviously it makes sense to add because it's technically a part of the power plant in some respect. You know, it's the executive building, so it makes sense to add it. Moving on, number 9 is Kentucky Fried Panda. It's a funny as hell building. I think it's just hilarious. Obviously, it's kind of a gag building, but I think it's funny. A lot of people kind of wanted this in the game for a while as well. I know that Simpsons Minecraft, that big Minecraft map, they've obviously made it, and I've seen a lot of people talking about this building and adding it into the game. Yeah, it's a funny little parody building. I think it'd be hilarious to get. So that is my number 9. Number 8 is Storytown Village. Obviously, this is what Praiseland has turned from. So obviously, before Praiseland, it's Storytown Village, and obviously, this is where Lisa has the little lamb and stuff as well. So I don't know. I think obviously it's the pre-Praiseland thing, but I think it makes sense to add in the game, and I think a Ned Flanders themed update would be perfect to add this because technically he buys it from the rich Texan. Moving on. Number 7 is the Buzz Cola Dome, which obviously was previously my number 10. Now it is number 7. I think it's a cool as hell looking building. It looks, like I said, it looks really cool. It's been seen many times. It is a very recent building, but it's been seen quite a few times in the more recent episodes, so I think it makes sense to add. Of course, a sports themed update would be the most perfect thing to add this building in, and there's maybe there'll be an update idea in the future where I will discuss adding this building. Number 6 is Kent Brockman's mansion. These are all repeats now, I'm pretty sure. I'm actually not 100% sure, but actually no, number 1 isn't a repeat, but some of the rest of these are repeats. Number 6 being Kent Brockman's mansion. Obviously this is a repeat. Really, really cool looking building. Massive, huge. Obviously Brockman's wife would make the most sense to be added with this building. I think her name's Stephanie, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, definitely would be a cool thing to add with that character. Obviously, add this building with that character. Really cool looking building, and it's cool. Oh no. Moving on. The White House is number 5. Obviously, I've accidentally revealed number 4, but it's all repeats anyway. Yeah, number 5, the White House. Again, repeat from the 2017 list, but so it's the White House. I mean, that's my reasoning. We've obviously got a few things, like I know we had the we've had like the Capitol building. I'm not sure if that was the Capital City Capitol building, but we've had like the Statue of Liberty, not Statue of Liberty. We've had the what's it called? Abraham Lincoln Memorial, the Lincoln Memorial. That's what it is. And we've also got the Big Ben and things like that as well. So we've got landmarks in the past. We've obviously got the Eiffel Tower. We've obviously got loads. We've got both American landmarks and we've got other countries' landmarks. So obviously the White House makes a lot of sense to add. So yeah, obviously any president could be added with this. If they were to add a previous president, they could add any of them with the White House, and I think it'd be fine. I think best president to be added with this, personally, I think possibly George Bush Sr. The reason why is because obviously we've already got the presidential estate in the game. We've already got that evergreen, the house that he buys in the Simpsons episode. So I think because he's the most prominent president in the Simpsons like actual storyline, I think it makes more sense for him to be added with the actual White House. It's just my opinion on it. Anyway, moving on. Oh, I've done it again. Number 4 is the Springfield Speedway. Obviously, you've already seen this. Perfect character to be added with this would be Maud Flanders. This is, of course, the place where she dies. Yeah, cool little place. Obviously, Lance Murdoch would have made a bit more sense to be added with this, but they could add Maud Flanders with it. Obviously, it's like a racetrack, cars racing around it. So yeah, I want this to be added with Maud Flanders, and that would make a lot of sense because it's where she dies. Moving on, as you've already seen it, the Prince House. Yeah, obviously this makes a lot of sense because Martin Prince, and it should be added with Martin Prince Sr. Obviously, we've already got Martha Prince in the game, so it makes sense to add Martin Prince Sr. with this house. The one weird thing about it is we've only ever seen the back garden of it, so we've never actually seen the front, what the front looks like. But I will argue that the front of the house looks perfect enough to add. I mean, look at it. I mean, the back of the house, sorry. The back of the house looks like the front, so it makes a lot of sense to add it. So yeah, it looks perfect. I mean, just add this. Just add it how it already appears. So yeah, moving on. Number 2 is Fort Springfield. Obviously, this is the military base where Principal Skinner obviously served. Makes a lot of sense to add it. They could just add it as one kind of huge building with the little barracks in it and the kind of entrance. And yeah, I mean, they could definitely add it as just one big building. I'm very surprised they haven't added this in the game already. It's appeared obviously quite a few times, and especially in the classic era. So yeah. So yeah, that's number 2, Fort Springfield. Anyway, coming on to our number 1, it is. Are you ready? I've changed it. Bam! The Leftorium. Leftorium. The Leftorium. I used to be against more buildings being added in the game because I had this idea ages ago that I really wanted them to do like a mall expansion update where you actually go into the mall and you actually edit the mall, almost like what they did with Krusty Land. However, obviously now I'm completely against that because they got rid of Krusty Land and also they've added a lot of more buildings as in-game buildings anyway. And actually I think that was a smart decision on the tapped out creators part. I think actually that makes a lot more sense. And I think the Leftorium definitely should be added as it's quite prominent in The Simpsons. It's very prominent. It's not like it's had one appearance. It's had multiple appearances, and obviously it's very important to the character of Ned Flanders, who is one of the main characters, one of the most kind of recurring characters in the Simpsons. So yeah, I think that is my case for the Leftorium. I think it makes a lot of sense to add it, and I think it should be added hopefully very soon. And I think a very perfect event is obviously a Ned themed event. As you can probably see, a lot of these buildings, the Leftorium, we've obviously got the Speedway, and we've got the Storytown Village. They all could be added in a Ned event, and that's why I'm kind of, there might be another event idea coming soon that is based around Ned, as you might see in the future. But yeah, that is the Leftorium, and that is this video overall. So those are the 10 buildings that I really wanted to be added, that I think are the most important ones to be added in the game, or at least the ones that I think look the coolest that could be added. So yeah, that is the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I shall see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.